What's up, folks? All right, so the other day I put up a video or slideshow or whatever that is, and whatever. What I'm trying to do is start talking about what I went through around 2021. And what happened is I used to put up videos. I used to put up my little drone videos. I used to, whenever I got a new camera, I used to take pictures and post them and all that kind of stuff. And I had to stop all of that. I used to argue about politics all the time. I had to stop all of that because I got sick. And I've never been sick in my life. Of course, I had colds. I had little things that go wrong with me, and I didn't consider that really major illnesses and stuff like that. But I've never been sick. I've never been like hospital sick. I had to go get exams and stuff like that. I had colonoscopies and I had to go get exams and stuff like that. But I never been sick. But this time, there's an illness came over me, and I've never felt like that in my life. I've never had diabetes. I never had, high blood pressure, anything like that. But I got sick, and I had a stroke, and I didn't know what that was. I never felt like that. The universe almost like took me completely the hell out of here. And I never felt like that, because that's brain stem activity that's going on in your head. And that's some scary stuff. So going through that event, and I'm still recovering from it. Was an experience that I can't even explain it. So I put the video up because the medical care that I have is the VA, and guys, that's it's sad that the VA treats veterans the way it does. Now, let me give a disclaimer, because everybody at the VA is not what I'm trying to point out here, because you got some fascinating people at the VA. You got some people at the VA that is awesome. I can tell you that the person that I'm working with in mental health, they are great. They're awesome. They're helping me out. I have PTSD. Dealing with depression, and these people are really dealing with me. And in part, that's why I'm reaching out in this video, and trying to allow this to be a way for me to express how I'm feeling, to get some of this stuff off of me. So that's an area that actually in the VA I think is really paying off for veterans. But there's other areas in the VA that is filled with corruption. The culture is rooted in corruption. You got some people that just go to work to put on them fucking scrubs, and that's all they do is put on them goddamn scrubs, and them scrubs give them fucking power, and they put on them goddamn scrubs, and they get on the phone, and they talk to vets, and they treat them like shit. Every time I see them damn scrubs, I'm like, it just, So, but, and everybody that wears scrubs ain't they're not corrupt. But you got some people that just think that their power go to their head. And it shouldn't be like that, because the veteran don't retire or don't go seeking service to interrupt your job. The veterans seek service because they need help. And the way I've been treated is straight up, I've been ignored and just disregarded with my symptoms. And I'm not going to say a lot in this video, because on the advice of my sister and others, they told me to just calm down and just relax, and at the appropriate time just say what I need to say to actually reveal what these people are doing, because I have the evidence and I have the proof of my claims of how corrupt these people are. And it's a shame how they just blatantly don't care because they think they are protected by their position of working for the government. And I don't think that they are. You know, if you know me, I will question and I will confront you. I don't care who you are, what your job is. If you are wrong, you are wrong. And these people are wrong. I'm not going to bow my head because you work for the fucking VA. I'm not going to just shuffle my feet because you wear a fucking pair of scrubs and got a name tag on. That's not me. I know other veterans feel intimidated, but I don't. That's not me. You know, and even though I'm sick and I feel like shit, you're not going to do me like that. You know, and I think that's what they're banging on. They're betting on, because the veteran is under the weather or they feel bad, that they don't have the energy to fight. And since 2021, they was right on point, because with a brain injury, which is what I have, I don't have the energy to fight. When I had vertigo, I didn't have the energy to fight. When I was dizzy, when my left arm was pinned to my body and I was dragging my left leg, I didn't have the energy to fight. When my GI problems was bothering me, whenever I was weak and tired, I didn't have the energy to fight. You know, and I think that's what these people in Scrubs are betting on, is that the veteran is so sick that they can't speak out. You know, and then they pump you full of drugs. They pump you full of drugs, and I am a victim of that also. They pump you full of drugs, and these drugs just have you so loopy, so crazy, that you don't have the energy to fight. And I think that that's what they're betting on. And I'm going to prove all my claims that I'm making in this video. But, you know, it's sad. It is sad that the way some people treat the VA. Now, before I end this video, I don't want people to leave with the impression that thinking that the VA organization is a bad institution. You know I said a lot of terrible things, but I served for 20 years in the Army. I love this country. I love being a part of an organization like the Veteran Administration. And like I said, there's a great deal of good that the VA do. But I can't say that and not point out that the institution is plagued with areas of corruption. It can't be all roses. And unless somebody point out the corruption in that institution, there's going to be veterans that continue to get mistreated the way that I have been mistreated. And I know that there's veterans out there that are getting mistreated and they're not speaking out. And I say, if there are veterans that is getting it, why not speak out? I know it's intimidating because I've been retaliated against. Because I used the methods of complaints. I've used the channels to complain. I use Patient Advocate. I called the 1-800 line to Washington, D.C. As soon as I do those things, they call and talk to the people that I'm complaining about, and the people that I'm complaining about retaliate against me. That's what happens. So I call Patient Advocate, they call the people with the scrubs. I call Washington, they call the people with the scrubs. And the people with the scrubs get mad, and then next thing you know, I'm being retaliated against with the people with the scrubs. So the army of the scrubs get mad, and then they come scrubbing all on me. Nah, I'm bullshitting, but you know that's the way I've always been in life. Is I've been kind of a happy guy, and you know I've always told jokes, and that's why it's so crazy to me because I don't bother anybody. I just I just go through life and I try to be happy, and you know my condition right now, it's improving. I am not nowhere near healthy. I am still struggling with lightheadedness and dizziness and tingling in my face, tingling in my mouth and tongue, pain in my neck, pain in my back. My left arm is still feel like it wants to, be tight up against my body, but I got to struggle to keep that straight. I can still tell that there's residual things that is going on from my event in 2021. And I don't know if it's ever going to go away, but my focus is on the fight to be better. And that's all I concentrate on now, which is why, social media is, way down the line for me. But like I said, the mental, the thinking about this stuff all the time, I have to do something else to not focus on how terrible I'm getting treated medically. So that's why I'm jumping into this now, because I need to focus on something else. So having said that, that's it for this video, and that's the explanation for why I'm starting to put stuff on social media now. So that's it. I think the next video I'm going to put up is me flying my drone at Walmart if if I don't get in trouble. So I'm trying to do all of that stuff again. So here we go.